Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new play-by-play video. Today we're going to be playing some Surtr solo. We're laying against SOT, so this is going to be a really fun matchup. Should be exciting. Surtr versus Vamana, two characters that are very different in playstyle. This is very much a brawling, bruising character where Vamana tends to farm a little bit, but has very good auto attack and hand trading with his autos being so strong and anti-attack speed in his kit. Haven't really played this matchup a whole bunch, but I think it should kind of turn out to be one where we sort of run away, he runs at us, we fight him at different times, and it'll probably break out to be pretty even in the end. If you enjoy this, as all the videos, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Really appreciate all the support, and we're going to give this one a start. We'll be going Segment Scepter, probably into a Breastplate after that, Archdruid, Stone of Binding, maybe Spectral if needed, and we'll see how we go with the builds, kind of just depending on how the game's going. But yeah, in this early lane, I'm expecting us to be winning. I don't think that there's really too much Vamana can do just to start the match, but we do have to be mindful that his auto attacks really are strong, and I think Vamana, despite being an auto attacker, while some, where some of them are a little bit on the weak side in the early game, is definitely not the case with him. He actually really does have good fight, and you do have to be careful for that, so we'll be sure to be mindful. He's going to get to the wave a little bit earlier than us, unfortunately, which is still okay. Make sure we get our 3 off here. Kind of group this wave, go for a stun, and with that, we get the wave pressure that we're needing. So just a little bit of wave grouping, stuff like that. We see he's going into Warrior's X, into Breastplate. Really common to be building a lot of protections early on Vamana. It transfers to his passive, which when you have physical protections, it converts to power and attack speed. So pretty normal stuff so far. He may play for Totem. What we want to do here is just kind of like get it in front of him. Just by sticking to it. We're obviously taking a good bit of damage here, but we will be able to heal most of it. It's really important right now that I look at where their jungler is. So notice our mid laner has no pressure. Why? Because our jungler went for a dual lane gank. Nua's calling enemies are in right jungle, so I'm going to say that we're okay to stay up. But generally speaking, the jungler will head over left after the initial wave. Now, I'm going to trust my Nua's call and trust that she said they're right, meaning that they're right. But generally speaking, that's the situation I back up in because my jungler is right, and more often than not, their jungler goes left to kind of match that. Now this game he didn't, but again, that's sort of what you expect. We're going to just do this camp on the side. It's a little bit easier to kill. Obviously the Naga camp is worth a bit more, and you want to do that if you have like full clearance. But I'm going to just take the slightly safer route in this specific instance and look for that other camp a little bit after. We push this wave here. Vamana obviously resets already, just because he's low on health and whatnot. And we should be able to just do this camp while we have this whole wave kind of buffering us and being our safety point. And yeah, we'll be able to get it pretty smoothly. And right now we can just reset, go get tier 2 Segment Scepter, get a Chalice. He's backed for tier 2 of his item and a Chalice. And we're both pretty happy. He's actually rushing a Contagion with his build, which is pretty surprising, I guess. I don't really know. I honestly don't like Vamana at all. He's like one of the few warriors I kind of refuse to play. Him and really Shiva, but like even then, Shiva's grown on me a little bit. I'm really a Vamana hater, so I'm surprised it's not a cooldown option, but I guess Contagion good into all the CC we have, being Tsukiyomi stun, my stun, Sobek tail whip, pluck, Nuwa stun. I can see why it makes some sense. Either way, though, we are ahead from getting those neutrals and whatnot. As you see, like, we can't really necessarily stick to him all the time, but if we just play a farming game in this position, we're going to be very, very happy with that. I have to be careful for this Pele. Obviously, that's the one kind of thing that can, definitely get us bursted. We'll freeze off a minion right there. But yeah, we really wanted to just make sure we're careful for this Pele. We're not too out of position or anything. Even fights like that I have to be mindful for. If I get knocked up and Pele's right around the corner, we will die before we get our ultimate off. So just trying to keep that safety. No wards from me right now. Gonna have to kind of rely on the map state, stuff like that, to tell me where people are at. We can probably do this camp though in the meantime. And yeah, we do manage to get it just in time. Not even going to bother picking it up. We'll take some damage for this. That's kind of okay. Nuwa ulted. Unrelated to us. I'll have to ult here. And I don't get it off. That's too bad. I tried to ult earlier, but if you're in the wall, you can't ult. And yeah, kind of screwed me, not going to lie. That's all good though. So it is okay. Yeah, it took a little bit too much damage, a bit of an int there. We got the camp. Again, I have to ult a little earlier, but you can't ult when you're in the wall. So if I'm like in this wall, I can't ult. I'm pressing my 4 key right now. You're just not allowed to. You need to have that circle cleared out. And I thought I did, but I definitely did not. So unfortunate stuff. All good though. We'll carry on. A bit of a poor death. And in this spot, we just have to kind of farm and like catch up a little bit. Doesn't feel great, but we'll still do our best with it nonetheless. We want to freeze here a little bit right now because he's not here and we have nothing else to do. He loses 1 minion and that's all, but it's still something. And now with this kind of deficit that we're at right now, we really don't win a fight. He's going to just we'll ult this and that'll just be that. Did trade ults. I'm going to have to play back here. It's pretty much a lot of inactivity to start this match, and that's okay. Do have TP up soon, so I don't want to like completely give up everything, but from a build perspective, like we are just weaker right now, so I can't really fight. Tier 2, you know, Segment Scepter versus a Breastplate is definitely not the trade that we're looking for, so I'll use these pots, kind of heal up, and we just want to wait. This is sort of where Surtr can really struggle. When you get behind a bit, I can't really box that character, so there's not too much of a play for me to make. And yeah, I can't actually get up to secure my camps either. It is rough stuff in the house for the moment, but you know, you kind of just have to deal with it sometimes. Again, this is sort of on us. If I'm honest, fighting over there, again, I am still weaker, so I'm really just going to try to do these neutrals here while he's on his blue. Take advantage of a little bit of time where we just have like a relief of pressure. They're kind of fighting, which, you know, if they can get a camp, great. If they can't, it's obviously not going to go too hot. But we got the Naga camp. We'll go get our silver. And our next item after this scepter is just going to probably be a breastplate. It's okay to go even phalanx on this character. Glad shield's good. I like the idea of us going breastplate just because it's a way to, you know, get good physical procs and whatnot. Even contagion is okay on this item, on this character in some games. Just sort of depends. But you know, we'll probably, I think, go a breastplate just because I really do want to have shared prots, physical and magical prots, and our glyph's going to be able to get that eventually. Cooldown's really nice. We'll be at 30% cooldown once we have this done. And then after that, it's really like up to you on how you want to build. You can go one of the, and there is a super rotation here, but I could be able to clean this up. Obviously, Nua's dead, but this looks decent for something after the fact. Oh man, he is one shot. Okay, we got him. Our Tix will get him. Sobek cleans up the other one. This guy's here. He probably does have ult soon, which is fine. This is good. We can still at least force his ult. Yeah, that's alright. It's probably just it, unfortunately. No worries at all. We'll head back to left here. Have a little bit of a lead kind of forgiven. That was definitely good for us. Vamana needs to back in this spot so we can just kind of keep the tension and do this count. He's TPing now, so he is back. It's all good. Yeah, we take some super damage. I'm gonna have to just ult out here. Holy. That's the thing with that character. He builds the procs and he still does a lot of freaking damage, so you gotta be careful about that. I'm probably just gonna sack the rest of this wave. It's really not worth dying for or something. I don't also know where Pele's coming out of base, so you know, we're okay to concede a bit. It's really a shame because, like, you know, we don't really have kill potential on that character in this matchup, but if we just like didn't die, it wouldn't feel nearly as poor. But you know, not every game's perfect. It was kind of a tragic way to die too. It's pretty embarrassing, but you know, again, it kind of happens that way. Suki's going for a dive here because Vamana doesn't have ult. I really don't think it's a good one though. He doesn't really have kill potential. Maybe he does. I'm coming over now. It's close. Ooh, good try. He is so fast. Yeah, we don't ever kill him here. This is just like a crazy dive. And I'm going to die for it. No. Okay, we run. We should be out. Alright, at least we do end up living, but yeah, just these dives are like kind of crazy when our team's not there. Kind of going one in, one out, and it's, yeah, it doesn't really work. But maybe I'll get one here in the end. We do. That guy's super inted. it's all forgiven. We've made something out of it, and that's what you're looking for. Horus is here. I don't know if Thought's coming. She's not. So we can kind of hover, go back left. And remember, Vamana did just kind of teleport, so at the very least, despite it being a little bit awkward, you know, we're able to kind of create some tension here and potentially look for a kill. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it is possible. We get the auto off, we get the ults through his dash, and now we can chase him here, and he should just be dead. Again, this kind of covers... Oh, his ult's already up again. Are we serious? Alright, that's fine. Well, we get his ult. We don't die. I can look for a throw. Oh no, man. I hit him. Is he dead? He's dead. Okay. That was tragic. It's fine. The spacing there was good. We ended up killing him. That is worth it for us because we do crash the wave in. So we did get the wave and he doesn't farm. Obviously dying there is unlucky. I think at that point though, if my stun doesn't kill him, so I have to get the auto off. We got super auto attack slowed. But we do get the kill there. So it is a worth trade for us. Obviously being behind, getting a shutdown, pushing the tower in. So pretty happy about that. Neither of us have TP. We're both just going to walk back here. Because I'm a little bit faster to spawn, I think I'll be able to get to that silver. It's going to be pretty close. He should have berserkers here. So our fight is going to be, I wouldn't say better, but probably worse, but like the same-ish. And yeah, I like the idea of going Archdruids next. I like the idea of going Binding. Sometimes I go both on this character, just because it can be quite good. So yeah, he dashes to wave as expected. We're just going to kind of stun him to group, focus on clearing. I have to be careful because again, I think pure boxing... Oh, he went phalanx. Yeah, so pure boxing, I absolutely do not win these fights, which is fine. And yeah, we'll probably just have to concede these neutrals more often than not. We'll head over to our blue right now and just, you know, kind of forgive that one. That's all right. Something you could do on Vamana, which honestly I didn't, excuse me, on Surtr, which honestly I didn't do this game and could have definitely helped, especially if I didn't die in the very beginning, is go Frostbound instead of Scepter. It's actually like pretty viable and not bad into Vamana. So, you know, if you do play against an auto attacker, be it Bellona, Vamana, Amaterasu, and you want to go Frostbound, it probably would actually lend you a better laning phase. I do love what Scepter can do late game a little bit more than Frostbound typically. But even then, like there's a discussion that you can make of just like, hey, if you really like the late game of Scepter better, just go Frostbound and then sell it for Scepter, right? And that probably would have helped with this lane a little bit, just with like self-peeling me out where I get an auto attack and maybe he doesn't stick to me as much. For the most part, we've done a decent job of just like kind of avoiding it. But yeah, it would have definitely helped. Again, a lot of this comes down to like, hey, you had a really stupid death. We're going to get paleo ulted here. I just mean that we haul up out of here. And, you know, that's just player error. And it's all good. At the very least, and it's really important, like, you know, sometimes you just kind of die and you make a mistake, but you can recover. We're down 150 gold, so it's not like this is doomed. Now, this fight is terrible, though. There's really nothing to be done here. So I'm going to try to... Oh, jeez, I've been baited. I have been super baited. We're okay. Hopefully, won't be dead. Running. Yeah, that was super troll. I stopped my back to make sure like I could stun the Vamana on the way out, and then it just kind of griefed us. Yeah, I definitely just leave him. I think we got him out, but it's just not worth it. All good. But the point is that I was making before we died there is that we're really not super far behind, so, you know, you can make do with it, but we are getting so dove right now. It is crazy. It is crazy stuff. We'll TP left here. Don't think there's anything for us to do in mid. And, get this tier 2 Archdruids. And we'll push this wave. Vamana's obviously rotating back. This is a spot where we push. Go for the camp. And, yeah. Scrappy stat line, though. Obviously, this is a messy game. We're only down 2k, though, so I'm not, like, super panicked about it. It's kind of one of those matches where, you know, things aren't going too hot, but we'll kind of just, like, see how it goes later on in the match. We did get that neutral. You know, I do want to get my 1 stacks obviously up, which you're just going to get naturally, so it's not really a huge concern, but do want to get those up. We do good damage to him, obviously, and he will just be out. Really important there, like as a Suki, if you're going to gank the Vamana, you have to like play for his dash, so if you can like backstep and just use your 2 to be knock-up immune, you'll always stun him, and it's a free ult force, but he wasn't able to do that, so we do at least force him out for a little bit. We'll pick this up, and yeah. Archdruids here, Binding here, both are good. You can even go both in a row. I'm a little concerned this game about Thoth pokes. Thoth definitely a great pick into Surtr. Just really easy to kind of isolate him and make life miserable. So have to be mindful about that. Usually going a dedicated magical defense item into Thoth is definitely the move, so we'll see. Missed the stun, unfortunately, but we are alive. Ult force, kind of expected, so it's probably just it. They're calling enemies in a right. This guy did ult a little prematurely. We do get the stun off, get some autos off, and he does end up falling. So good play by the boys. He probably should just use the teleporter, and I don't think we would have followed him, but team's doing Bull Demon King. I'm just going to spend this time to farm left. And if we can just get out right, or like not all die, this is really good. We get a Bull Demon King. We get a pick on a pretty big soul laner. I'm actually ahead now, which is nice. And then we'll also probably get some damage on this tier 1. Ended up getting a pick too. Now, you might be asking, why am I not rotating over? Like, I can't teleport. I'm just kind of low. If I was healthier, I would have. And to be honest, like, it's a bit unfortunate because it did look like it could be okay. But me rotating over right now and, like, potentially just dying is really not worth how bad that would be if I just died. You know what I mean? Like, we're down 1,500. If I have comms with them and I know it's a good fight, or like potentially a good fight, you know, maybe my trajectory there changes a bit. Maybe I do something else, but at that point I don't know. I can guess looking at the map, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. And more importantly, though, it can just be so bad, right? And the payoff is just low, so it's not worth that risk. If I'm full health, that's a different story, but I'm not. Also, one thing to note is I did go blink this game. They do have an Artemis and they do have a Horus. Might not have been a great idea. Honestly, it's totally okay for you to go beads on Surtr. Just wasn't really thinking about that, but going beads on Surtr instead of blink and just not having blink is totally fine. You can play the game pretty simply still. I'm just going to have to super hunt this Thoth and hope the Artemis isn't that grouped with her, and, you know, obviously Surtr ult the Artemis ults. It's still playable without beads, but it is just like a little risky and scary. So, you know, just like a thing to note is that you don't have to go blink on this character. Because I think some people do kind of rush to do that, and sometimes it really goes bad. We're going to ult here. We got the one off. Pele is just about... They teleported. Okay, I was so confused where she went. They teleported. I mean, that was a great play. He shouldn't have chased, though. That was very silly. I knew I... Oh, no, it doesn't have ult. Oh, too bad. We can maybe get on this guy. This is B. Her B's down, so... Oh, wow. Nice. Okay. I mean, look, it ends up turning out okay. It's really unlucky we didn't kill the Pele, but... We played it well. It just kind of, you know... Teleporter, that was a good heads-up play. Good decision. Again, my ult there was kind of like a preemptive, like, let's immune the damage coming forward. We're completely safe and stuff like that. Generally speaking, that's definitely the move you want to do. It just, you know, again, they had a quick, smart idea, and it worked out. Because when Pele doesn't have a target, she can't really heal off people, you know, because she's obviously just getting ulted, and yeah, it's not as good. They end up getting the Gold Fury, which is a great call by them, but we'll continue to farm left, and, you know, despite it being 9-19, there is something to be said about just sticking to your lane and whatnot, because despite some objectives that they've gotten, you know, towers on the map so far even, we're down 1900, which at 18 minutes means next to nothing, and yeah, it's like really not a big deal. So we're totally fine here. Like, again, a 2k deficit from 18 minutes is not the same as a 2k deficit, obviously, from 7 minutes. So it gets less and less impactful for the most part, and we're in a spot right now where I'm feeling actually like super happy, especially for it being 9-19. That is not so bad. Not sure if we actually caught his dash there. It looks like we did. He's not going to die here, unfortunately, but we got him close. Horus ult forced. Again, Vamana is probably just playing like a jungle-esque role while this Horus sits in this lane, but it's not really working for them, at least on the Horus' side of things. Maybe Vamana's having a tear, but now we can reset TP back. Vamana is in mid. Have to be a little bit careful. That's one of those fights that, honestly, we don't need to force. But we did trade one for one, so I guess it is okay. Thoth dashed in, and we blink auto 2. His age is down. Do have an easy kill here. We're going to get Artemis ulted. That's fine. I can still stick to this. We get a stun off. Get a slow. Archer's proc just went crazy there, and we ult, and this is a super easy chase kill. Definitely never want to Aegis in a spot like that, because that is a confirmed death. We're gonna try to get to the back here. I can't really kill the Vamana at the moment, so we'll run away. This guy's got Midgard too. That's crazy. Okay, he is dead. Nice. Good job. That was a great MC Stinger. Got another slow on him. That will be the end of the fight, but it was a great fight for us. You know, we are now like even. Yeah, normally sticking to that beacon is probably a bad idea, but they ended up playing it really well. So, happy about that. Just have to make sure our boys do not get engaged on right now. We get this Bastion here, we can finish this tower for sure. Get the stun off on the Pele. Team doesn't want to dive, that's fine. We did some damage to her, and we can probably just do this gold. Remember, Thoth has no Aegis, so if I wrap around this rock right here, this is like a really easy angle for us to just get in. And yeah, super easy pick. We're gonna have to ult out right here. That was a great pick. I should be able to kill this Pele. I can come back. Remember, Artemis has no Aegis at the very least, and I think she beads as well. No, she didn't beads. Now she did, though. And we detonate our 3, and that's a free pick. Now we have to run here because Vamana's back, but I'm level 20, so the Scrappy fighting has definitely turned out. And the difference is, because our stat lines are about identical, generally speaking, your kills that you're getting later in the game are worth more than the ones you get early, so that's why the Vamana, despite having a similar stat line, is quite a bit behind. But also, like, we prioritize farming more. You know, he spent a large period of time looking for things on the map, when, quite frankly, like, you can't. Well, you can do that, but the risk is just high because there was a lot of rotations and there wasn't that much value garnered for it. And when that happens, like, you kind of run into an issue of like, well, now I'm just sort of behind, right? And even though, like, quite frankly, he was more active on the map, unless those rotations hit like really high value pay dirt, you're just sort of in this weird spot where it's like, I have a great stat line, I'm doing well, but the other guy's just ahead of me. Now, also, quite frankly, I'm fortunate to have some good fights, have some good flanks, and my rotations, although like maybe less pronounced and less often, have been really valuable. So by all means, like, that definitely helps. But yeah, it is just important to, like, especially in a ranked setting when you don't really know what your teammates are up to half the time, you know, try to hold your tongue on those rotations, because we were scared. You know, I literally did an ult because my ult was in the wall and I couldn't use it. I think that is like stupid, by the way. I think that should be changed. That is dumb, but it's still cope. I mean, I got solo. Like, it is what it is, and that's usually not the end of a lane, but it's usually not a good point of the lane, right? So it's a good recovery at the very least. We're gonna play this rock right here. Obviously, Vamana can come over, but Pele is our target. Can get a stun on her. She's just off the range. That's okay though. This guy will die if we ever get an auto off. We don't, but she still dies, so that's fine. Get a stun on him. Horus is just one shot. We can finish this tower off before Vamana TPs. And that really hurts him. My auto hit the boar. That is so sad. I can probably still kill this Thoth. Never mind. Man, yeah, that is unlucky. The auto hit the boar. We're gonna have to run here. This is too much of a dive. Yeah, a little too much there. It almost worked out okay, but I think the boys dived a bit too hard. Again, it is unfortunate. Oh, I'm not a beast. That was so bad. I have to run here. I could go Midgard, by the way. I didn't need it there, but like, going Midgard this game might be like super smart. The only thing is, as I am kind of disrespecting the magical damage, but for the most part, it's kind of going okay. I am by myself on this. It's okay for me to just give this up. I'll probably throw a rock over and just have that be that. Yeah, I really don't want to walk into that. It's just sort of an easy death for me, so no thanks. Yeah, that is unfortunate though. You know, our auto like swings wide like this, and it literally just hit the boar. Unfortunately, they're on top of each other. It happens. I'm gonna look a little bit for someone. Vamana is on that. If we can force his ult, I think we're pretty happy. Because it is obviously causing a lot of issues. Now he's going to play a dash for us. Oh, maybe not. This is kind of odd. They could just go to fire. That's the other thing that you have to be a little mindful of. Oh, D-board with the brick. We need to, like, defend fire, though. This is kind of in for being very bad. Okay, Artemis is here, so I guess we're fine. Again, they should just be on fire. Them helping helping this Vimana is not smart, like, at all. So Thought's going to look for some poke on us. We just have to space away here, and we can come back. Remember, Artemis is somewhat low. We ult here, though, and we're having 2 zone. This looks okay. We do get the kill on the Thoth. We're going to get on this thing. Throw our stun over at the Artemis. We get the Archdruid's proc. Just auto. Detonator 3. It's not enough. I shouldn't have detonated my 3 so early. I thought I'd be able to kill him off with that. She's going to put a trap, so we sidestep that, and we should be able to follow her and kill her. Get slowed. It's going to be really close. Oh, I have nothing. Yeah, no, she's out. That's unlucky. Again, I just don't detonate my 3 so early. A little bit of a mishap by me, because your 3 gives you movement speed, and when you cancel it, you do a burst of damage. I thought it was enough. And the smarter play is definitely to just retain that movement speed until you're 100% positive. And I was 100% positive, but I was wrong. So, yeah, a little bit of a drop by us. But at the very least, you know, we won the 1v2. We got to pick. Can't be too upset about that. We'll get this thing here, and we can probably just push the mid wave. I know we are low. Oh, you know what? Let's not push that mid wave. And we have enough for really whatever we want to go here. If that is a mid guard, we have enough for it. If we want to go an Oni Hunter's Garb to get mitigations and some magical protections, we also have enough for that. I'm going to do this because this is the more principal build to go Onis in a build like this, or go Spirit Robe. So I'm going to respect the magical damage, even though I haven't felt it as much. Just because it hasn't really been on us, slash we've managed to kind of just get on the Thoth pretty easily. But it's still not a bad selection for us to do. So we're going to go into that Onis. And yeah, we'll kind of just see how it plays. Get a stun off here, get some good damage. That's his old force again. So this is really like pretty good. We're gonna try to stun the Horus. Don't manage to get it off. They are kind of sticking to it. I'll help them, and yeah, I should have helped them a little bit earlier. That is on me. Thoth gets a big ult on the Nuwa, but at least it's down. We get Pele before she really gets too much more damage off. Get some damage on him, and yeah, you'll see this Archers, the Sunring Axe, as you can see. Thoth, by the way, we just saw in his animation did just dash, so I'm gonna hunt for him here. And this is a really, really good pick. Oh, I got put in combat by the minions. No. We're ulting in here. Thoth did already use his thing. If I can get to the Artemis, he runs away, and then the Horus doesn't have a teleport. So literally right there, just like going for the Horus, or excuse me, going for the Artemis, makes her walk away, and then that kills the Horus. Super, super fun stuff right there. And we wait for the Aegis to end. We get the stun off, get the detonate, and that is just an insta-pop. Awesome stuff right there. This character is so much fun with Archdruids and Sunring Axe. He just kind of gets bonk people, especially with the one, you know, obviously doing so much damage as it already does. Get out of this tower here. Get a nice hit, and we can just kind of run away. Man, this game would be like so perfect if I didn't get owned. I'm so sad. Because you know what the thing is, dude? You know what the thing is? Like, I'm obviously not better than like some of the SPL solos, but like, it makes me look like such a scrub. You know what I mean? Like, if I just get like cooked at like level 6 from something so dumb, I'm like, man, it's my first game on, dude. That's my excuse. It's okay. It's like I'm a fraud front runner. You know what I mean? I can't be like that. That's too bad. Also, I appreciate all you guys yesterday when I was trying to find out the triple-double person. I knew who it was. I couldn't think of who I was thinking of. And it was Draymond. You guys were right. It was Draymond. That is like your low triple-double machine. Especially recently. Maybe not so much like 4 or 5 years ago, but recently. Actually, I say 4 or 5 years ago, dude. 4 or 5 years ago was 2020, 2019. Okay, so 7, 8 years ago. Dear gosh. Which cooldown do I have? I have 30%. So I like getting Yellow Mask when I have 30. I don't think I need to get to 40 that badly, but it's not bad too. Any poke, by the way, we get on this guy before he like ults and stuff is hugely impactful. Just because, oh no, he's just gonna kill him, unfortunately. But generally speaking, it's hugely impactful because like if he starts engaging a fight, and that's Thothil Artemis Soul, obviously it's a tough pick, but backline ults. Obviously it's a tough pick, but we should be able to defend this fire. Yeah, generally speaking, like if you're able to get that damage off on him though, and he has to dive and engage when he's 65% health, it's really not a great feeling situation for him. So Ring is out, but we do have vision on this, and obviously their burn is quite slow. They don't have a crit Artemis build, it's an ability Artemis build, which isn't bad, but obviously isn't the best for what they're looking to do at this point in time. They kind of want to do Pyro because any extra secure means that they have an easier burn. Again, I don't want to die for this, so I'll just throw like a rock out, get some poke, but for the most part, we're just leaving that one to go. And we can kind of just hold, stay safe for now. He is getting some ultimates in. This is a little ambitious, but it could work. Did not work, but I'm going to go for it to make it work. We don't have our ultimate up. I honestly thought I had my ultimate up. Thank gosh they didn't go for me, but I was around a rock, so I guess I was pretty safe. Honestly, we take that 1-for-1. I am behind this Thoth here. I don't think was paying the most attention. We get that off. I think our flame kills, and then Thoth is just dead here from all this damage. Yeah, that's my OSL teammate, so I'm definitely hunting a little bit, but that's how you play the game, unfortunately. Not much I can do about it. So we'll go for this right tier 2, and this should be another Phoenix time. We probably could have at least tried for an end, but this is definitely the much smarter and safer play. We have a wave coming, and you definitely don't want to like take risks when you're in a winning spot all the time. And you know, by all means, this is definitely a fun idea. Get a pick. This guy's also just going to be dead. Our flames do kill him, and Titan now with some picks, some more picks, I think is it's a pretty easy decision to make. We're gonna have to run here a little bit, actually. Shoot, maybe that easy decision is just ending. Yeah, too bad. Mono is pretty good. We'll head out, and 2 Phoenixes down. One's about to respawn, but right Phoenix down most importantly. We can steal some chests right here. Go for... I can help a little bit. This is kind of ambitious, but I like the idea. You know, you want to play a corner on someone, get a pick, kill any bit of momentum they have, but if we die, it's really not worth. We'll steal these chests here. And then look for a quick reset. I'm almost at 3k, so I'm actually going to be able to get that with this thing. My little minion right there is like a little piece of vision for me. Definitely does help. They could beeline to Fire Giant right now, so what we're going to do is just get a 3k pot, head over there. Again, it wouldn't be a really like feasible call, but you know, people will try to kind of get desperate in a losing situation. So as long as we cover up those options. Right now, they could also just be looking for a pick. We see Vamana left. That means that idea of us maybe getting picked is getting smaller. But I don't want to, you know, encroach too far in the jungle. I want to be in a spot that's relatively safe, a spot I can just ult out of any time. Again, I need to make sure I'm not on top of the wall completely, or else I won't be able to get my ult, but we'll try to be a little bit safe, and we can just hover this wall. Now we see them. We're kind of sticking out a little bit and wanted to spot us, so get a little Sundering X hit, and he's going to follow us again. We have a 3k pot and stuff. I'm totally fine. It's going to be a bit annoying, but for the most part, our fights are good. I'm going to get a Fire Blink in. This isn't maybe the most valuable on paper, but we do at least force the dash off the Thoth. Now we can get the Aegis from him. Shell popped. My stun actually didn't end up hitting, unfortunately, but we just live, and the team's kind of just having a great dive here again. We got good poke on the Vamana to start. Fire Blink was effective, and Thoth, you know, although getting damage off, hasn't been able to hit anybody else. It's going to be a super, super simple and easy pick. To play a bit safe space from that ult, they do end up finishing him. I didn't have to do that much that fight, which is kind of nice. I mean, again, you get on the target, and it's great if you can use the on-target ability of your ult. You tend to be pretty safe, but 14-3, 16, a couple of little hiccups to start, but a nice recovery. And look, boys, I'm human. Sometimes we just mess up, especially against like a top 4 solo in the world, right? So you can't be too upset about that. Man, stuff like that though, when you get to play against like in good lanes, like it gets you so excited to play Smite 2, like comp stuff. I cannot wait. And you know, obviously when more things of that develop, I'll let you guys in on the know for that, and kind of what I plan on doing, who I plan on playing with, all that stuff. But that was exciting. So 43k damage, 52,000 mits, 8 wards. Got to make sure you get that vision in. But overall, a really solid game. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I am uploading it. Go on then. I need this. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys sometime soon. Peace. Oh, peace.